What's up? What up? What up? RR, yo, what up? Liam, hello, what up? Obi-Don, hey, taters, what up? Natalie, fan, hello there, Mr. Taterhead, what up? How you guys doing? Um, I thought, I think I like the idea of trying to get a stream in every weekend, at least once a week. And since I'm not really posting any videos, you know, I at least I at least still want to stay engaged somewhat with the channel and all that stuff. So, but I don't have anything really to stream here, so we're just gonna do some mindless arena, and I thought maybe an AMA would kind of spice it up a little bit. I don't know if there's any interest in that on your end, but if there is, then throw in a question. Rage, what up? Nothing like choosing to watch a stream to avoid yard work on a Sunday morning, man. Anything I can do to procrastinate things that I don't want to do. It's crazy. I hear you on that. I need to mow our freaking yard. The grass is getting tall, man, but we are out of lawnmower gas. So that means I'll have to go to the gas station to to fill up our little our plastic gas container, and that's one step too many for me. I just don't want to do it. So, Axe, what up? Oregon, dude, we lost that war. Jeez, dude, that is nuts. They took 6 deaths. Okay. Man, you guys were off to such a good start too. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. But yeah, war is just in a different stratosphere right now, or I guess subterranean level. Whichever way you want to go with it, but it's in a bad place. It's in a really bad place. I talk to Liza often, usually every other day or something like that, and I want to come back to For Loki so badly. I'm not dying to. I'm enjoying my time off, but I'm excited. It's like, all right, cool. I want to come back, but at the same time, it's like, God, if Kabam could just make it an easier decision, because right now, man, I mean, I don't know. Right now, I don't really want to come back to do wars that are just going to be absolutely terrible. And by terrible, I mean stress at an all-time high, mistakes, just God, it's in a bad spot. Couldn't care less. Tier 3 6 KO, too funny. I know, man. I know. Rage, yep, I need to mow, sort out the storage room in garage, and do some pool maintenance. Really don't have the drive for it right now. Yikes. Well, maybe hanging out with me for an hour will give you that drive. I doubt it, but I welcome your company. Tasia, I hope I said that right. Tasia, what's up, man? Hey, Taters, is the 6.2.6 champion doable with a 6-star rank 1 Sorcerer Supreme? That's a really good question. I'm probably not. There are a lot of other YouTubers that do that fight on the regular, and they would be better to ask. Like Legacy, Karate Mike, MSD, Sweeta. Those guys all, they go and do that fight to test champs and stuff, and they post videos about different solos against that champ. However, since they nerfed him, I really do think that you could do it. It's just probably depending on. I don't know if you've taken. It sounds just kind of from your question like you probably haven't taken that fight yet. Or maybe you took it once and you're still working on exploration there. And so if you haven't taken that fight yet, or you haven't taken it often, it's going to probably take you some practice. But once you get that fight down, Sorcerer Supreme can definitely do it, because you're going to be gaining passive power. So you can, you can realistically go through that fight without taking any block damage. And there is a phase where you don't want to. I can't remember. It's been so long since I took that fight. There's a phase where I think you don't want to hit him when he has a buff or something. I don't know, but and then obviously at the end of that fight, Sorcerer Supreme's regen on block is it's gonna come into play. So yeah, you should absolutely be able to do it with the rank 1 6-star Sorcerer Supreme. Yes. Axe Patel, did you watch the Shang-Chi trailer? So hyped. Yes, I did. And I'm just gonna say this, Axe. I think that this is the movie or the Marvel property, I should say, that I'm most excited for. Oh God, that's so hard because Eternals, just the small glimpse we got of that looks awesome. But I've not been this excited about a MCU property since Endgame. I thought that the teaser was amazing. I've watched it 50 times. And this trailer, I'm always like a little bit apprehensive. Like maybe we're going to get a little bit too much information, or they're going to unveil some stuff that doesn't look great. But it looks fucking awesome, dude. I am so pumped. And it does not hurt that I am in love with the mcoc Shang-Chi. My favorite champ in the game. Justin, what ups, man? Are you going to continue the Power Index series? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's on kind of an indefinite hiatus right now. But here's one thing that I want to do. I think I'm gonna do monthly. I think I'm gonna jump into that pool and do monthly recaps of the spreadsheet that I keep, which currently is not public. It's only available to people who are channel members at the $5 level. And when I set that up initially, I was very active with the channel, and I was posting regularly, a couple times a week with the channel, and I had the intention to do Power Index videos like probably once a month. And then things changed, just got a little bit more busy with my personal life, and also my interest in MCOC just dropped off a cliff. But I think that I'm going to make the let's see what PPG needs. I think I'm going to make the Power Index spreadsheet public, and I'll just do like recaps and stuff. And then eventually, like, I might continue to make some Power Index videos just to kind of dive deeper into some of the ratings that people will see on the Power Index spreadsheet. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm like, it makes me so happy, and I'm so flattered that like people ask about it all the time. That makes me feel like all the work that I put into that really was worth it. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time right now, and I don't have the interest to like make the time, So, but thanks for asking, man. Oregon dude, 0-0 ties left and right. It's going to happen this season at some point for sure. War is going to get messy with a further divided community with those R4 6-stars popping on defense soon. Block damage alone is going to cripple some players. I know. War is completely a catastrophe right now. I did not think it could get worse after last season. And it got worse. And I don't know. First, I don't know. I'm just gonna say this, and it might get me in trouble. I don't know, and I don't fucking care, honestly. But in the CCP, Kabam presented the CCP with suggested changes that they had to war for war, and I'm just gonna speak for myself because, again, I don't want to get in trouble, but I was very vocal and very adamant that the changes that they first suggested to the CCP about season 27, which is the current season, I was like, this would be a fucking calamity. You cannot do this. This would be awful for the top tiers. And they don't care. I don't know. I'm sure that they care. It's their game. They obviously care about the quality of the product. And there is no way they don't know that War is in shambles right now. I know that they do. I'm sure that it's mostly like a logistical issue. I can't imagine what goes into recoding or coding new features for War or just redesigning War. And they've got so much other stuff that they're doing with the buff champions every month, the new champions every month, the new EQs every month, the new side quests every month, and all this new Summer of Pain content. I'm sure that they're just too busy, but it's just really frustrating because War should be the fucking priority, man. That's what I believe. War should be the priority because it's the only mode that brings an alliance together. And frankly, alliances and involved alliances are the only reason that players log in every day. It's a sense of like duty and obligation and family and community. That's why players log in every day. It's not because of the content. I mean, I could show you for Doge's alliance, we have 8 members. And at any point, I could show you the 8 members and you could see logged in 2 days ago, logged in 4 days ago. And that's cool because that's what this alliance is for. Initially, it was just going to be me, just chilling. But look, dude, people are logging into this game because of their alliance. And if Kabam wants more people at the lower levels to log in more often, then they need to make War better. And I don't know, man. I just don't understand. It's frustrating. It's my first time fighting that dude. Good to see you, man. Thanks for the advice. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Watch a lot of YouTube videos, Tasia, because that's going to help you so much. Watch the YouTube videos. You search in YouTube, Sorcerer Supreme versus Champion, and you'll get kind of a sense for the rhythm, and then it's probably going to take you a few tries to get it down, but you should be solo in that fight. Or I shouldn't say you should be, but you'll be solo in that fight with Sorcerer Supreme at some point for sure. Easy, what up, dude? How you doing, man? Kingslayer, how you doing? Another CCP member in here. Carry On Gaming, what up? You could do PI for your fave champs if you've ever want to get back into it. Yeah, that's a good idea, and I might do that. I really want to do it for Shang-Chi. The problem is everybody knows how he works because everybody made videos on him, and he's, I don't know. So I don't want to be redundant, and I don't want to feel like I'm wasting the time that it takes to make a video. So probably what I would do is make videos about the champs in the power index that don't get a lot of attention, or that I think are a lot better than maybe other people think they are. Something like that. So Schliram, what it do? Seth Neer, how you doing? Mega farts. All right, let's get into some arena just to give you guys some action. Yeah, I mean, I've already done like the arena that I want to do. Like I just doing milestones on these two, but we can hop into this 4-star arena. That's fine. And I don't care about points efficiency, so we're just gonna go in and out. But all right, Rage. I took last season off, and I'm sitting out this season too. It's just not worth the stress of it. I prefer my entertainment to be rather low in stress. Yeah. And like if you guys have followed the channel or my channel at all, or if you're, I've always kind of been pretty vocal about the fact that I personally love War, and it is stressful. But again, it's really the only place where we can find like strategic competition. And because I'm not like a great skilled player myself, I get a lot of enjoyment and satisfaction out of the strategy aspect. And that's ultimately where my value is. Like in 4 Loki, I'd probably be in like the bottom 10 in terms of skill. But that's okay because what I've brought to the table in the past is that I feel like I'm strong in the planning area. So, but you don't get that anywhere else in the game. Like you can plan for solo content a little bit, but ultimately solo content, it doesn't matter like if you fail, you know what I mean? You can just, if you want to, you can just quit out and go back in. And in war, there's actually consequence. So that's why I like it so much, but not in its current state, man. Like you said, it's not worth the stress because it's not being upkept by Kabam. You know, it's just really frustrating. So anyway, I have been loving my time off. I am. Well, I don't want to say anything what I'm doing personally because ultimately, maybe at some point in the future, I can share kind of what I've been working on personally. It's not MCOC related or anything like that, but I'm always trying to do creative things, and I need that. And MCOC really for the last several years has kind of been a distraction. So I haven't really been productive outside of like MCOC and work, and I play softball and stuff like that, but I haven't really done anything else with my life. So it's been really good to have a break. Brawl Plays. What I can't believe the title. The title of the stream? Did I have a typo? Or maybe I screwed something up. Or maybe I don't know what you're talking about. But let me know what you're talking about. Charlie, what's going on, man? Just saw this on YouTube and thought I would give some support. Hey, I appreciate that a lot. For sure, dude. I appreciate it. And maybe you'll enjoy some of the stream. Not going to be doing much in here anyway. Just some arena and chilling with you guys. But hopefully that means that I won't get so behind on chat messages like normal. And yeah. I'll try my hand at the look away arena that Brian Grant has mastered. And we are kind of limited, too, on time. I've really only got about 45 minutes to an hour left before I've got to dip because I do have softball. I've got potentially two games today. Easy. Taters, do you have or will you be making 4th of July offer predictions? I don't have any predictions, and I'm not going to bother with trying to make predictions. I've not really paid too much attention to the deals in the past in terms of like trying to remember them and like making a spreadsheet or taking notes on what they were. I think it's obvious at the very least that we're going to get rank 4, 6-star rank 4 materials. And a lot of people have speculated that we might be able to see the first rank for 6 stars after 4th of July. And I'm not sure that that's going to happen. I think the deals, like for somebody that buys all of the deals, or at least all of the deals that include the rank 4 materials, my guess is it's going to get them up to about 75 to 80% of the required materials to take a 6-star up to rank 4. That's my guess. And the reason is because I could be wrong. You might be able to rank 4 a champ. Maybe if you get lucky with like some of the RNG stuff, like they might have like a tier 6 class catalyst, tier 5 class I don't really know actually, but yeah, we're gonna get some of those materials, and there'll probably be maybe class nexus 6-star crystals, like where you get to pick your class, and you get 3 champs in each crystal. Everybody loves nexus crystals and buys those, and then probably 6-star generic sig stones, and those are kind of the only resources that I think are like still at a premium. And based on the Summer of Pain, the Summer of Pain, the summation of the Summer of Pain rewards, where you get a ton of 6-star generic sig stones and stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm thinking that we'll get. Also, maybe like a 6-star class Awakening Gem Selector or something like that. I don't really know, man. I'm not too concerned with it. I don't know if I'm going to participate at all. I'm, kind of where I'm at with the game right now is like I'm enjoying it in a very casual sense right now, just because it's kind of like a thing to do and keep me busy when I'm bored and if I don't want to work on other things. And obviously what I miss the most about For Loki is just being in the alliance and being in chats with everybody. And but buying deals is not going to have any effect on that. But we'll see. I mean, I think that I will at this point. I'd be willing to spend some money on 6-star generic 6-stones, and that's probably the only thing that I'm like super interested in. So, Insidious Rage, what's up, man? Yeah, without war, we have no player-on-player interaction, and if there is no one to compete against, then why is there a need to build epic rosters, dude? 100%. That's a very succinct way of putting it for sure. I really feel like there's not really any reason to rush through content or spend money or log in daily outside of like our addiction and habits. There's not really any reason to do that stuff without war. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people don't play war and they still log in daily and they spend money and all that stuff. And I just mean, ultimately, they don't have to do that. War is like a core driving factor in people continuing to try to build the rosters, and to some degree, Alliance Quest is if you guys are in like the prestige rat race, which I think a lot of people outside of like the top 10 AQ have kind of given up on that, which they should, because it's never gonna stop. It's just you're just chasing a piece of cheese indefinitely, but yeah, man, I agree with you. We just lost our war 3-2, and I expect deaths to get even lower. Gotta change. Yeah, they will. Oregon mentioned earlier that we're going to see some 0-0 wars, and I mean that's inevitable. It's going to happen. There are definitely going to be 0 wars, which For Loki has never done. For Loki, we had a war where we only died once. We've had several where we've only died twice. And, it kind of goes up the list. We've had a bunch where we've only died 3 times and stuff like that. But we've never actually had a war that we didn't die at all. And For Loki is not the best war alliance. We're like a top 10 war alliance. I say we. I'm not currently in For Loki, but you know what I mean. For Loki is a top 10 war alliance. Oftentimes they're like a top 6, 7 war alliance and stuff, and and they have finished top 3 a couple times. But alliances like ASR and Kenobi and New Nation, those alliances are going to hit zeros at some point, probably this season. They might already have. I don't know. I know that there have been 2 wars this season already, so it's going to happen. But yeah, it has to change. It should be. I really, really hope it is the #1 priority for Kabam right now, because I don't know. At least at the in-game level, it is a problem, and people are going to start leaving the in-game, and they're going to stop spending money. They're going to start leaving their alliances. They're going to start quitting. And a part of me kind of hopes that happens, because that's the only thing that Kabam is going to react to, I think. They only really react to like a majority or like a mass group of players kind of acting in concert. So, I don't know, man. We will see. Yuki, what's up? Good to see you again. What do you think about the most recent champ buffs, Ultron, War Machine, Maw, and the ones for which we've already seen the new spotlights? Ultron, I think it's a good update. It makes him good. But I don't think it's anything it's not something like somebody asked me, hey, do you think that I should rank 3 Ultron now since the buffs? And I was like, not really. It just makes him like his value is he's a double immune robot. He is now, I believe, I could be wrong about this because I only read over it once, but he's now immune to ability accuracy reduction, which is pretty strong. And the degen instead of the bleeds, that's a pretty good thing. That makes him more versatile against different defenders. And then obviously the damage is, I wouldn't say significantly higher, but it's noticeably higher, and it's more controllable, which is good. So he's a good champ, I think, at this point, and I think previously he was like an average champ. So the needle doesn't really move very far with him. War Machine, I honestly know nothing about his buff. So I'm not even going to pretend. I'm not going to comment on that. And then Ebony Maw, he's significantly better than he was, but also he was like literally one of the worst champs in the entire games, like bottom 10. So I would say that Maw is kind of in the Ultron realm right now, where he's a good champ now, but he's not like crazy. The other thing with Maw is he's almost kind of like long shot in that all of his damage, or a huge chunk of his damage, comes from massive degen. And I know that long shot is not that way. He gets his damage from burst, incinerate, and bleed, but you can get like massive damage. That's kind of like secondary damage that can bypass a lot of stuff like rage and stuff like that. So he has his uses, but I still feel like there are other champs that are just in the Mystic class that are just better nullifiers that you would use more often. Even Doom for like rage, I feel like is still going to be a lot more viable and safe, and probably smarter than using Maw. So I just don't know where Maw would be used. But he's pretty good. As for the champs that this month, the champs that were buffed, I don't know anything about them. I have very lightly and very casually been playing MCOC for the last month since I left for Loki. So I don't really know. I think I've logged in like one time to the CCP Discord server, like their chat system or whatever. I've logged in one time over the last month, and that was to welcome and congratulate Vega for, I don't want to spoil this. I already spoiled it, but if you guys watch Vega, Vega got into the CCP, and he's wanted to get into the CCP for a long time, for like the CCP server and being able to test new champs, and he got in. So I got a message about it, and so I logged in to congratulate him on that, and that's it. So I don't actually have any clue how Ronin or Diablo work. I have heard from people that whose opinion I trust that Diablo looks really good, and that would be pretty cool, because Diablo was, I think, based on power index, was the second worst champ in the entire game, or he was like bottom 5 in the entire game. So yeah, good for Diablo. And then Ronin, I did watch Lagacy's video about his changes, and I know that Lagacy said that they were super minor. And Ronin was already not a bad champ, just a really underrated champ. He's just kind of more of a niche champ and a little bit more complicated to play, and not really kind of worth the effort. You know what I mean? So I don't really know what his changes are, but if they're really minor, then it's not really going to move the needle much on him either, and he's going to be a champ that you're probably still not going to rank up. So I don't really know. Jay Will, what up, man? What up, Taters? Doing arena? Yeah, man, I'm just doing arena for the units and just to give me an excuse to hang out with chat. I really wanted to do a stream this weekend, and I don't really have any content to do. I do have like Karina's challenges, but we'll do that sometime in the future. No rush for that. So, Kasim Watt, what up, dude? Let me get to your comment here. Doing arena, man, I was thinking that I would not fall behind in chats, but it is my nature. He can't believe the title because you rarely do arena. Oh, got it. Yeah, that totally flew over my head. I know, man. I've done more arena, I think, over the last month, just like super casual, I think, than I'd done in like the previous 6 months. I've been trying to hit every milestone every milestone in the top two arenas, which is insanely easy now with my roster. Like I literally do 2 rounds in each arena, and that's it. And actually, in one of the arenas, the smaller arena, I do like 1 round. So I'm like basically doing 2 or 3 full arena rounds just to get the units, and it's like 520 units each week, which has really helped because I don't want to be spending a lot of money on this game right now when my interest is at an all-time low. William Lynn, what up, dude? Clinton, will Taters be joining the top AW Alliance next season? I think my plan is if there is a spot, then I will probably, there's like an 80% chance that I'll probably go back to 4 Loki. If there is not a spot, then it is very unlikely that I will go to another alliance. I'll probably just stay in 4 Doge and relax because I'm actually really enjoying it. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be like fully ready to want to come back to 4 Loki next season. But I do miss everybody so much that that's probably going to push me over the edge. But my God, I hope that there are some significant war changes. Otherwise, it's going to actually be a tough decision. So we will see. Jay Hart, what baseball team do you support, Taters? I'm a fan of the White Sox. I've been a fan of the White Sox really since the 90s. So I was born in 1988. I am what does that make me? I'm 32. Am I 32? I'm 33. I'm 33. So in the 90s, like the mid-90s is really when I started getting into sports. I was like between the ages of like 7 and 10 is when I started catching on to sports. And I played Little League Baseball and all that stuff. And I was like a huge fan of Frank Thomas. Just this huge, mean, like really scary looking hitter. And obviously King Griffey was a huge fan of Griffey. But yeah, for whatever reason, Frank Thomas just looked so scary to me. And I thought that was so cool. Like going up to the plate and just like looking so terrifying. That really drew me in. And so I started following the White Sox basically for that reason. And obviously like in basketball, I think like every kid, I was drawn to Michael. And so anyway, so the White Sox, I've kind of been a fan ever since. And then, in 2006, they won their World Series, their most recent World Series. And I also liked the cleanliness and like the minimalist logo for the White Sox. And I liked their black and white hats. And so I just thought that those looked the coolest. And then I've just kind of stuck with them for a while. I also follow different, I'm a huge supporter of the Oakland A's and Billy Beane and the Moneyball kind of strategy. I think it's really admirable, and I think it's just a smart, practical way to approach, personnel management and stuff like that. So I've been a fan of the Oakland A's as well. But, yeah, I would say, I guess probably the White Sox and the A's are my 2 teams. William Lind, next R5 skill, Mole Man or BWDO duped? I mean, Mole Man is significantly better. Black Widow is really good, but Mole Man is like one of those, he's like one of the top 10 meta champs, I think. He's going to be incredibly useful for a lot of modes, in a lot of different matchups. So he's probably the smart decision. But if you just enjoy playing Black Widow more, then screw it, man. Rank her up. Jay Hart. Oh, I just read your comment. B. Steve, what's your favorite kind of tacos? I think just like regular steak or carne asada, like traditional tacos. Like you got your meat. You've got the double layer tortillas, and then you've got your meat, and then you've got like chopped onions. And I'm not even a fan of onions really, but I think with tacos, like the pure tacos, I think that's the way to go. And then and then you've got like cilantro. So that's kind of my, I think that's like my favorite taco to get. Like if I had to order tacos, like when I order tacos on stream, I get like traditional tacos from this like legit local Mexican place, and that's what I get. I do like, you know, other tacos with more stuff on them. Like mango is really good with tacos, with those traditional style tacos and stuff like that. But I think just traditional is the way that I would do it. I hope we don't get R4's July 4th sales. That's definitely too soon. I was hoping they waited till Cyber Week gifting event. Yeah, I don't. They're not going to wait until gifting event. There's no way. They've already. I haven't tallied it up, but they've already given us for like they've already people have had the opportunity if they bought every deal that had R4 resources in them. I think that they're already like halfway there. So they're going to get really close July 4th. And then my guess, and actually this is, I don't want to take credit for this, but Cam, who's in For Loki, and if you guys are not subscribed to Cam, he's been putting a lot of time and effort into his channel. And he's like one of the smarter players in the community. He's, well, anyway, you should definitely check his channel out. It's Cam mcoc. But he recently talked about, I think his last video he talked about when he expected R4s to be available, and he thinks that that's going to be with the Summer of Pain payout, which should be towards the end of August. And I tend to agree with that. It's going to be before Cyber Weekend. For sure, I think. Are uncollected players get unit deals? Yeah, I think everybody gets unit deals. Or I don't know, maybe you're asking if I was planning on getting them? Not really sure, man. Not yet. Lefty, what up, dude? Also subscribe to Lefty's channel. One of the more entertaining channels in MCOC. Let's see here. Another black man, what up, dude? Natalie, never been the type of person that chases after things like Legends runs. Yeah, I think I would be inclined to try for like a Legends run if maybe the generic Sigstones were 50 instead of 20. You know what I mean? But it's just not, for me, it's not worth the resources. And I know that a lot of players like to do that just because it's fun and they want to get that title and it's like a competitive thing. But that's how I feel about War. You know what I mean? And I don't really care about solo content much. MSD, 4 Doge is top 1%. Pretty much, baby. In terms of skill right now, we are very strong because we only have 8 members, and one of our members is MSD, one of our members is Legacy, Ace is in there, that's Hector, very, very good player, and then some of the other players, PPG, I don't know if you guys know them, they don't have channels, but some of the other players are really good. I think I'm the worst player in 4 Doge. And, you know. But yeah, our concentration of skill is like super, super high. Yo, Tipped, what up, dude? I don't know if you just joined, but don't rewind this to like the first 15 minutes. Because I was venting about I was venting about war and just the state of war. And it's not personal. But anyway, everybody welcome Kabam Tipped in the chat. How you doing, man? Thanks for popping in. All right, I am holy effing shit. I am so behind. I am so behind on chat. How did this happen? Like, I try so hard not to do this. All right, I'm gonna skip some stuff. I'm gonna skip all the hey, what's ups. Blaze said, "What's up, depression cure?" Yo, that is about as flattering a comment as a person can get. Thank you so much for calling me that. War Machine slaps for high health content. Okay. I saw just from dueling him, or not, I'm sorry, not dueling him. I think I don't know where I was fighting him. I was just mindlessly kind of fighting him. And I think, does he have a mechanic where he backs up for a second and like holds block and then it like converts a bunch of shit into Furies or something? I don't know. Something happened. He got like a whole bunch of Furies, and he was like destroying my block a little bit. So But again, I didn't pay attention. Insidious, I'm actually very high on the Ultron buff. With good rotation, he can put out a lot of damage in a short time, has become a top bleed attacker. Okay, interesting, nice. I do like Ultron just because of, like, you know, what he brings to the table, being able to do, like, secondary damage or damage over time, having the double immunity, and then having the regens at different health thresholds. I think that alone is pretty good. And if his damage is good enough now, then yeah, he would be a viable rank up option for sure. Charlie saying hi to MSD. What's the difference between softball and baseball? Baseball is I'm sorry, since you asked, I'm just gonna go like elementary level on the explanation. And I just know that I'm not like trying to talk down to you or condescend you or anything like that. And you could have been asking ironically, I don't know. But so baseballs are like smaller. They're about the size of my hand. So they're smaller. They're typically harder. And because they're smaller and harder, you can throw them faster. And so baseball is essentially, I think ultimately the difference is going to come down to how those balls are pitched and how that affects like the hitting. So baseballs, obviously, you can, a pitcher throws them super hard, and you can do a lot with like the rotation of the ball, throwing different pitches that have different effects and travel differently because they're thrown so hard and because the seams, how the seams hit the wind and stuff like that. So anyway, the conclusion ultimately is that baseballs are extremely hard to hit, whereas softballs are they're big, they're a little bit cushier, like 5% cushier, but they're big. They're like this size, kind of like almost the size of my hand outstretched a little bit, and they're typically thrown underhand. So hitting them is a lot different. Like I played baseball up until I was 22, and the adjustment from baseball to softball is honestly insane, because a baseball is coming in straight about waist level, chest to waist level, and a softball is like literally looping in and it's coming in at like shoulder level. And so as a baseball player, like you want to try to almost get an uppercut with your swing, and if you do that with a softball pitch, dude, you're like slicing the bottom of the ball and you're popping it up every time. Dude, I was so bad my first season playing softball. It's insane. But that's pretty much the difference. There's obviously fast pitch softball too, but I've never played that. Yeah. So anyway. So like another thing is like softball is considerably easier to play recreationally, like as an adult. Because it's easier to hit, and like a baseball, like the skill to throw like strikes with a baseball and the equipment that you would need, you have to have a helmet and shit like that because it's a lot more dangerous. It's impractical for like adults to play baseball, and they have like adult baseball leagues, but yeah, it's not like as accessible as damn it, this idiot's immune. It's not as accessible as softball. So anyway. Diablo, this is from MSD. Diablo looks solid, nothing insane, but very sustainable. Nice. Ronan looks better, and I already liked him. Bishop is still in the dark. Yeah, I've also always kind of liked Ronan a little bit. Again, he's never like been like the practical option as a skill champ, But yeah, I'll play with both of them a little bit. I am interested in the Diablo buff just because of how bad he was. Ronan buff was kabam, lazy, whatever, throw in buff. Yeah, I can't speak to it because I haven't played with him, but he didn't really need a lot. I mean, like MSD was kind of talking about, he was already pretty good. So I don't know, man. Meta, what up, dude? What kind of mid-Sunday bullshit while I'm at work is this? So selfish. Dude, you are missing nothing. I am doing arena poorly. I am poorly doing arena. I just wanted to hang out with chat and get behind on the chat messages by 15 minutes, which I have done successfully. Tell Vega to get a haircut. Dude, Vega's hair, it cannot be cut. If he cuts his hair, dude, I don't think I'm going to talk to him for a while. I love his hair, dude. It is so fucking floppy, dude. It's he's got amazing hair, dude. Curly, floppy, just he can do all kinds of shit with it. I love it. I'm loving the solo clear map 4. Dude, MSD, I know, dude. So when I first started 4 Doge, I was like, all right, I want to do map 5. I think I can solo map 5 if I don't do like the epic mods. And I didn't scout, I just joined. I joined with like Shang-Chi and just champs that I wanted to play with. And I got stuck on the first mini boss because it had all or nothing and energized too. So I had no way of getting through that. So I think I could have gotten through it if I brought Quake. But because of like the links on the minis, it was just too tough. But anyway, so then I switched to map 4 and was soloing that with like guillotine and stuff. And it's fun. It's just kind of like, it doesn't feel like an obligation at all. And so I don't know, man, it's really been refreshing. I encourage anybody that if you love your alliance and you want to stay with your alliance for a long time, or you know, you want to be a part of the game for a long time and you're just really feeling burnout, I really think it's a good idea to try to take a break. This is the second break that I've taken from 4 Loki. I took one after season 14. That was our first top 3 season, and it took a toll, man. And it's really rejuvenating for sure. So I encourage all of you. So streaming so early, I know, man. I have softball at 2 o'clock Eastern. So I'm gonna have to leave here in about 45 minutes. And I've got a game at 2 o'clock. If we win that game, then we play in the championship game at 3 o'clock. So last week we were off for Father's Day, and the week before we had our first playoff game. I think we had a bye too, because our team finished second in the league. So yeah, gotta get it in early, baby. All right, I'm definitely skipping ahead. Beef tongue, best taco meat, hands down. Oh, beef tongue, best taco meat, hands down, dude. All right. I've never tried that. I don't think. I don't know where I could try that, but I am all for trying stuff like that for sure. I am all for trying stuff like that. Here, let's get that comment up here just so people can, check it out. Check it out. I don't know. Ooh, they did up the stash amount? Yeah, they know that it's coming. The last Summer of Pain fight is Nameless Maestro because Kabam Zibbit said it was interesting. Huh. Interesting prediction. I like that. That would be pretty cool. Nameless Maestro would be pretty cool. They'd have to do some stuff with his special attack mechanics, I think, because his special attacks are too easy right now to fully dex. But that would be sweet. That would be sweet. Why are you not posting any war videos, Ponraj? Because I'm not in 4 Loki right now. I am in a different alliance. It's just I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's a retirement / break alliance. So we are running 1 battle group wars just to get loyalty and that's basically it. And I guess we get some 3-star and 4-star shards, but that's it. But yeah, it's just totally log in if you want to, don't log in if you don't want to. That's why. So I don't really have any content. Plus, I just need a break. I need a break from feeling any kind of sense of obligation, and part of the feeling of obligation in For Loki was that I did want to get out videos and stuff, and that it's just a personal feeling of obligation. But yeah, so dude, PPG, I am so sorry. Holy shit, this was probably like 20 minutes ago, man. I am so sorry, but thank you, man, for sending over that. It looks like that's about $7, dude. That's a big fat taco. That is $7. I think is 3 tacos from my favorite taco place before tax. So we are almost at a full taco meal. Let's get you up there, dude. Thank you so much, and I'll read your comment here in a second too. But oh my God, I am so behind. God, how do I let this happen every time? Every time it happens, Doug. All right. PPG, brother. Thank you, man. The taco kind. You the man. Thank you, man. You were 100% not the least skilled. I'm proud to claim that title. Though your 7.2.6 stream was a disaster. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I don't take AW stuff personally. I play no part in war. I got you tipped. That's good. Man, I feel bad when I'm talking just shit about Kabam because, like, I know that I don't know anything about how hard it is. And I also know that this game is obviously incredible. Because everybody in this chat, and, whatever the number is, 200,000 daily active users, or whatever it is, we all love this game, man. And I think also that's why we are a little bit more outspoken, I think, when we get frustrated with certain game modes, because we want it to be good, because we love it so much. So anyway, yeah. But that's good that you don't take it personally. It's not meant to be a personal attack. You know how I go off the rails and stuff when I'm streaming. You probably know that. Yeah. Ooh, 4K armor buff? Is that... Oh, that's Ultron? The passive one? I made a YouTube tier list, and you're S, but everybody else is F? What? Hell yeah. Ooh, that's a good question. Kabam tipped, which is your least favorite game mode? Tipped it has to be Alliance Quest. It has to be Alliance Quest, because it is my least favorite game mode by millions of miles, and I refuse to believe that anybody actually enjoys AQ. It's just not possible. And if they say they are, they're obviously not being honest. Alright, went for the SP1 evade. That was phenomenal. God, he's so annoying. It's 8 seconds of indestructibility. Alright, boy. Doesn't he get furious? But just talking about that stuff. Bucky, what up, man? So I finally became Thronebreaker by R3ing Ultron. Nice, dude. And believe me, he's good. Okay. In Cam's video where he was talking about R4 resources, he had like the background video or whatever, since he was mostly kind of just sharing an opinion and talking. His background video was Ultron, I think in R3, unawakened Ultron fighting Winter Soldier. And his damage was he was doing pretty good damage. But I don't know like how to play him or anything like that. Kabam tipped, I like solo content generally. I like incursions too, but I'm biased. That's my baby. Incursions, I will say that incursions, with the state of war being where it's at, I would say that incursions is probably the overall, in my opinion, the best game mode, because it combines teamwork with strategy and performance. And those 3 things should sound very familiar, because that is the pinnacle of war. Teamwork, strategy, and you have to be able to perform. There are real consequences if you don't perform. You lose attack bonuses. I'm talking about war now. Lose attack bonuses that could cost you the war. In Alliance Quest, there is no consequence. It does not matter if you die as long as you don't item out and you finish your lane. In solo content, you can just quit out anytime you want. You can use infinite items, infinite units. It doesn't matter. The only 2 game modes in MCOC that actually have consequence, teamwork, and strategy are incursions and war. And, incursions is the only of those two modes that is not a heaping pile of manure right now. However, I don't personally participate in incursions simply because it just takes too long for me. I like it, but I don't like it enough that I'm willing to spend, 2 to 3 hours doing a run with somebody. And you know me, if I stream it, that you can just multiply that time by 2. So that's why I don't do incursions, but incursions is definitely the best game mode right now, I think. AQ is pretty easygoing nowadays, so I'll do that too. Not the biggest fan of the intermittent play pattern it requires, though. Yeah, I hear that. Yo, Taters, is the AMA still open? What does your Ludum in Taters mean? Absolutely. The AMA has never closed, and Ludum Taters just means love them taters, taters being potatoes. So essentially, I love potatoes. And if my IGN were I love potatoes or love them potatoes, then I think there would probably be a preconception about me based on my IGN that I was of a very small mind or a very low IQ. So that's why I thought that I thought it would be a genius move to spice it up with Ludum Taters. I don't know, man. Honestly, it doesn't. That's what it means, and it's just kind of like a random thing. Like my game IGN since I was like young and playing on the PlayStation 2 and stuff, online and stuff. It's always been some kind of riff on potatoes. So I honestly thought it would be funny, but it's stuck, and now people know me by Taters, which I like. So I'm never gonna change it. Never gonna change it. Ooh, nice. I'm getting caught up on chat here a little bit. Incursions are really fun indeed with all the different interactions. My favorite one is Tide of Combat with Magneto. When you have that armor break and you refresh it, you get like 30 Furies. Dude, Magneto in Incursions is amazing. I have a rank 3 Angela now. I can't remember if I don't think I made a video on that. I just ranked up, so if you guys watched my last stream at the end, I was trying to decide if I wanted to rank up a tech champ, and I decided that I was undecided, and so I didn't rank one up. But my options were Ghost. Well, my options that were already at R2 were Ghost at R2, Sentinel at R2, Civil Warrior Unawakened at R2, and Mysterio at R2. And I would love to rank up Civil Warrior to rank 3 at some point, but I just don't want to do that unawakened. And you guys know how I feel about Ghost. I actually was very close to ranking Ghost up just because even though I don't enjoy playing her and I'm not good at it, which is mainly why I don't enjoy playing her, I'm not an idiot, and I acknowledge that she is incredibly useful, especially for solo content. And I was like really close to pulling the trigger, but then I thought, I don't like her. I've never had I still have her at rank 2, Sig 120, which is very, totally viable for solo content if I even decide to use her. And if and when I go back to 4 Loki, it's more important to me that I can do a rank up that's going to affect the Alliance in a positive way, and ranking up Ghost is not going to have any effect. She's not a defender in war. I could use her in AQ, but I would just assign those paths to somebody who's better with Ghost. We have a ton of rank 3 Ghosts in BG3 in 4 Loki, and I would never ever assign myself Ghost in war. There would be like 4 or 5 other people in my battle group or in BG3 that would get that assignment first. So I was like, I'm ranking up Mysterio. So I took up Mysterio to rank 3, and I don't regret it. Mr. Mac, yo, what up, man? What's up? Hope retirement is suiting you well. I'm back on the grind myself. Feels good having taken a break. Dude, that's awesome to hear. Where are you at right now? Are you back in SAS, Mac? Welcome back, sir. I am loving the break. We've got kind of like a little alliance working here for Doge. Um, Lags and I had talked about before I left for Loki that we would like team up someplace just for like a chill alliance. So I knew that he would be joining it when he left for Loki to take a break for this season. But that's kind of I never really thought anything else would happen. But yeah, we're up to 8 members right now, and it's just so chill, man. Just log in when you want. It's been awesome, really rejuvenating, and I am really excited to eventually get back to For Loki because I miss all those guys. I just, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to rush it back when war is in its current state. It's just such a hard decision. So I don't know, but anyway, Vega's hair reflects his content value. Yes, it is. I don't know how to link the two, but it's great. Mr. Fantastic got a killer buff. I still don't know what his buff does, which is pathetic. When did he cut? His buff was 2 months ago. Is that right? I still don't know, but I do know that a lot of in-game players love Mr. Fantastic now. Blaze, do you want to make yourself a champ? We can design it together on Blender and have some fun. Oh, you use Blender? Blaze, Okay, so you guys know how I've been doing the cards, like designing the cards for 4Loki, or I had been designing the cards for 4Loki. We're taking a break this season. I think we're going to get back into it next season. That's one of the channel perks too, which unfortunately is not available this season. But I have always used like the Adobe Creative Suites often. And here, let's be done with this shit since we're not going to get to the 600 thing, I don't think, before 1 o'clock, and I don't really want to fight with the other stuff. Here's PPG. What's he saying? People are requesting to join. I don't know them. Do we accept them? What will you stream? Yeah, we do get a lot of requests to join, but if we don't know them, then typically, not Carson. I do know not Carson. I mean, I don't know him personally, but I know that. I know him from streams. He can join. If you guys do want to join for Doge, simply to just relax and chill, and you're not going to badger people. And this is not talking about PPG, by the way. But like if you're just going to actually be a cool member and not try to get the attention of like Legacy and MSD, the famous guys in the alliance. If you're just going to purely just want to be in an alliance where you don't have to do anything if you don't want to, then you're welcome to request to join. But if you can, maybe send one of us, maybe tag me in the chat or send one of us a message like MSD or myself or something like that, because I don't want to let strangers in, complete strangers. So Dewey Gweed, I know I screw that up every single time. Hey, Taters in chat, I'm looking for a Venom replacement to do Variant 6. Do you think a Nihilus could work? I can't remember what Venom Variant 6 is. Is that just the villain one? Or is that must be Villain Cosmic or something like that? I'm not really sure, man. I wish I just don't want to give you wrong information, and I would be guessing, so I don't know, but chat maybe can help you out with that. Also, Blaze, what I was going to say, I interrupted myself, but what I was going to say is... one of the things that I've been working on, this is a personal project that I've been working on since I took a break from MCOC, is it's similar to kind of designing a character. So I don't want to share it yet, but I've been working on something that involves graphic design and storytelling and digital drawing pads and Photoshop and stuff like that. So, but anyway, maybe why don't you Why don't you start designing? Why don't you design some characters, man, and like tag me on Twitter? Let's see them. That would be cool. Hey Nas, what's up, man? Countdown to Taters reading this prediction 4 minutes. Let me know where I was at because I can't. I don't have a timestamp on the comments here, so I can't see when your comment came in. But 4 minutes seems awful. 4 minutes seems awful hopeful. I feel like I would not be that fast. Looking for beef tongue, you might see it on the menu as lingua tacos. Can definitely second that it is awesome. Nice. Okay, I'll look for lingua tacos. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Probably not. Let's see here. Just catching up. Catching up on chat. Nameless Grandmaster. Let's go. Dude, the Grandmaster fight is a fucking masterpiece. I don't know who worked on that at Kabam, but I'm sure it was multiple people, but I mean, absolute masterpiece. MSD says Grandmaster is too specific and special of a fight to be made for semi-permanent content. Yeah, I think meaning that it needs to be totally permanent so that people can just keep getting practice. Is that what you're talking about? Collector's a bit different. Collector is, I don't know. Collector's a bit of a cash grab fight, but AQ would be a much more tolerable event. If it was 3 or 4 day event as opposed to 5 days of being tied to it. Yeah, I've thought about that. I actually, a lot of people when I posted my video about what I would do to improve the Alliance War, a lot of people commented that Alliance War would be more enjoyable if there are only 2 wars per week, and you just got a full day in between each war, and then you had 2 days of a break at the end of the war week instead of 1. I think that would be pretty huge actually, because a lot of the changes that I suggested that I kind of overlooked, but people had pointed out would have put a bit more of a burden on officers, and I know that. That's one of the I do know that is one of the things that Kabam is looking at to try to minimize, and they've done that a little bit with AQ with setting up your week ahead of time, which I think is a great change. But yeah, so I think that would be a great change for Alliance War. Alliance Quest, it's a little bit different because there's a whole currency system with Alliance Quest that I don't know. I feel like Kabam probably doesn't want to give up. Anybody doing map 6 or higher has to pay tickets for entry, and the only way to get tickets is to spend units or spend one of their other resources, and a lot of players just buy tickets. So I don't think they're going to change that. But for war, I think that would be an amazing change if they just dropped it down, maybe extended a war season to 2 months, or maybe it's just 1 month, 6 wars, or I'm sorry, 8 wars, and just dropped it down to 2 wars a week. I think that would be pretty awesome. Is Mole Man not supposed to shrug off Cold Snap? I feel like he is, but I don't actually know. I don't have Mole Man. I just know how good he is. Mr. Mac, yeah, they let me back into SAS. My break taught me not to care about war anymore. Obviously, I still do all the necessary stuff, but now I find myself being more chill about it. That's pretty good. That's one thing that I don't know that I could do. I don't think that I could pull off being chill about war. I feel like I'm chill in the sense that I'm always going to try to be supportive if people make mistakes and stuff, but in terms of putting all of my effort and focus into war, that's going to be automatic for me, I think. So I don't know, man. Executioner, yo, what it do, buddy? Confusing, what's up? Ooh, Blaze MCOC. 3D modeling is very complex, but I can teach you and we can cut that 4-week time to 2. Oh, you're talking to somebody else that does it probably? Yeah, 3D modeling seems really, really, really complex, but it looks really enjoyable too. To be able to create something physical, that's always a huge deal. It takes like 4 to 6 weeks for one person. Okay. I need a villain, and Venom has those armor breaks to stop power gain. Oh, I see. Oh, do good? Okay. We're just going to go with do good. Annihilus in that case does sound like he would be decent, and going against a uh, like a story content defense, you won't have to worry about all that health gain from willpower, which is one of the reasons I hate Annihilus. Playing in arena and stuff like that, like it's just like you can barely out damage their willpower healing. It would be nice if one of his debuffs, like maybe Tipped is still in here, and I don't know. He's probably like, yeah, bro, I don't have anything to do with the buffs. But I think a really good and simple buff for Annihilus is when he gets all those automatic buffs, make one of them a heal block. That would be such a massive change for him because he's almost unusable on offense against either war defenders or in arena because all of his debuffs, they just fucking heal so much. Dude, Hobby, I'm so sorry, bro. God damn, you entered this chat a long time ago. What up, dude? What up, Hobster? Tactics, what's going on? I would rather more content and less AQAW. I like solo content. Yeah, I feel you. A lot of people, I mean, that's one of the cool things, too, about this game is there's so much different, there's so many different options. The thing that makes me so upset is I'm one of those people that I want team content, but team content that has consequence and involves strategy. And in that respect, there's really only war. And so I feel like as a person that prioritizes team content with strategy and consequence, it's like I feel like my options suck. You know what I mean? Like war sucks right now. There is incursions. We kind of talked about that earlier. It's like 2-person team stuff, and it just takes a while. But there's so much solo content out there that if you love solo content, then you're loving this shit right now. And if you like, I enjoy solo content casually, but if you prefer like the other stuff, then it's just like, man, that's kind of why I'm taking a break. It's just like, fuck it, dude. I'm not gonna get all hyped up over or all busted up over a game mode that is not giving me what I need from it. Yeah, it helps that I'm not an officer anymore. Yeah, I bet that's a huge thing. For me, like I love that aspect so much, like just the planning. So I don't know what my MCOC future holds. I'm not really sure. But I'm really glad that you're enjoying the game again and that you're back, bro, for sure. Hey Nas, what's up? Annihilus unusable in AW? Don't you remember Zillium? Of course. Zillium's my boy, dude, but I mean, so Zillium probably he probably has to max out Despair to use Annihilus in war. Because, dude, that healing would just be ridiculous. I was thinking to make every YouTuber over 1K subs a champ, but making them playable is up to Kabam. Oh, Kabam, I think for legal reasons, Kabam wouldn't be able to do anything like that. So if your in-game goal or your end goal is to try to get one of your champs into the game, I think that would be really tough. And but I mean, make that stuff because that's stuff that a lot of people would be interested in. New champs, I mean, a lot of people are going to be interested in that, and that's a good way to pick up a lot of attention too for your work, on social media and stuff. I think AW may have changed hands recently, so that could spark some change. Not sure though. Okay. God, I hope so, dude. And I know that there's been a lot of discussion, and obviously Kabam is aware that changes need to be made for Alliance War based on the roadmap and the dev diary stuff that they've talked about. So they know. So it's gonna get fixed at some point. I'm just impatient, man. I want it to be fixed right now because I need that content, man. That's why I love this game. And the Alliance aspect. Seriously, hey Taters, I bet you're glad you're not doing war with the bugged Untouchables global causing evade champs to do completely unpredictable evades and misses? I did not know about that, but yeah, I'm happy not doing war for sure. All right, let's do some auto fighting so I can just read chat. And it is almost 1 o'clock, so at 1 o'clock we'll end the stream here. So about 10 more minutes. About 10 more minutes. I'm actually not very familiar with Blender myself. I primarily use Photoshop, and I don't do any. I've never done any kind of 3D illustrations or 3D modeling. So I haven't really necessarily had a need to use Blender. I do know that there's a lot of like text graphics and stuff where Blender is ultimately going to be probably more efficient to use, but I just never learned how to use it. Congrats on being caught up. We did it. We did it. AW is even boring to watch on YouTube these days. First of all, what's up, Death? Welcome. I know. I still soak up all the war videos. I was so pumped when Lags posted his war video this morning. I've been waiting on Lizer's end of season like recap video that she promised in her last war video, but still waiting. And Lizer, I mean, what are you doing, man? Come on. But yeah, I mean, it's just watching the same fights, the same matchups over and over. It is. It's tough, man. I think a lot of people are drawn to Alliance War videos because they want to see interactions that they're unfamiliar with and they want to learn. And, you know, there's like, obviously there's like a, 15 to 20% or maybe 90% of the reason people watch certain YouTubers Alliance War videos is because they like those YouTubers and stuff. But for strangers to find a YouTube video to watch on Alliance War, it's almost always to try to learn something. And man, it is hard to learn new shit right now because of the stagnancy with war. So, like, I think everybody has really seen kind of a humongous dip in. I'm talking about everybody like YouTubers that post Alliance War over like the last 5 seasons, 4 or 5 seasons. The trajectory of like Alliance War video views has just like gone down dramatically. And I know like 2 seasons ago, for example, when I was posting regularly, I was posting other content. Like my channel was still active. You know what I mean? And I don't know when the new map came out, or was it new map, or I don't know, around season 20. 1920, which is I think when the new map came out. I don't know. Like my channel was doing like between 8 and 15,000 views on Alliance War videos, and a couple seasons ago, like when I was still active, that dropped to like 3 to 5,000 views. And then last season, I was only posting Alliance War videos, so that probably, like, the less content that you post, certainly the less you're going to get recommended by YouTube and stuff like that. So that probably contributed, but it dipped even further. So it's just like, I do think that kind of speaks to where people's interest in Alliance War is. What is the most common? What do you mean? Exactly, it's just AA, APOC, Doom, and Quake all around with the same defenders on the same nodes. Yeah, pretty much. All right, I wonder what we should do. I've thought about like doing streams where like we watch like meme videos. Like I love watching meme videos and stuff, but I don't want to get in trouble. I don't know if that's gonna like get me in trouble. By playing and commenting on other people's YouTube videos. I'll have to look into that. But, yeah, there's not really much else to do. We can check out the crystals. I don't think I've got anything to open. Nope. Nothing here. So, I think that's going to do it, guys. I've got softball to prep for. I need to go eat. Ooh, shit, I probably should have eaten earlier. Eating an hour before the game isn't great. I usually do that like 2 hours before the game, but I'm just gonna do like a rice cake with peanut butter and honey on it. pretty low calorie, high protein little snack for me, some carbs for the energy, stuff like that. So I'm going to go do that. I wish you guys the very best Sunday and have an amazing week. And I'm going to do my very best to, at the minimum, stream every weekend for a little bit. I don't know what I'll stream, but I'll stream something. So welcome to the stream. Very late, PWF. You should do an Aries-style art stream. I don't know how many people in chat know what that means. Probably like 2. But that's a good idea. It's a good idea. So, yeah, we'll do a taco stream next week. That's what we'll do. Next week, next Sunday, there's no softball. Unless we get rained out today and it gets rescheduled. But next Sunday, we'll do a taco stream. We'll order some tacos. That'll be awesome. But thank you guys so much for popping in and for hanging out for an hour and however long it's been. Have an awesome weekend. Have a great week next week. And I will hopefully see you next week.